Welcome to the Michigan System of Quality Care and Education tutorial, where you will learn about the interconnected agencies and organizations that support early childhood and out-of-school time programs and professionals.
What? I'm so confused. There's so much here. I don't know what any of this is. How does this help early childhood and out-of-school time programs? Like Lara, what even is that?
Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. Within LARA is the Bureau of Child Care Licensing, which performs state licensing regulatory duties designed to protect the basic health, safety, and welfare of children receiving care and services in licensed child care settings, birth through age 12.
Huh?
Basically, they take care of the legal stuff.
Oh, but wait, what about those that don't have to be licensed? How do they fit in?
Unlicensed and license-exempt providers have access to many parts of Michigan's system of quality care and education. Everything starts with standards.
Standards?
Standards of quality are used as a guide for developing and evaluating early childhood and out-of-school time programs for children and youth from infants through grade 12. Michigan has different sets of standards for different age groups. Programs for young children will want to follow the birth through age 5 standards of quality.
Okay, what about the older children?
Programs for older children will want to follow the Michigan out-of-school time standards of quality.
So, do all the programs have to follow these standards?
The standards are voluntary for the majority of programs, but they must follow the standards to meet Great Start to Quality indicators and quality levels.
Great Start to Quality?
Great Start to Quality, GSQ for short, is Michigan's continuous improvement system, which helps providers with free support for program quality improvement and helps families choose the best program for their child.
How does anyone keep track of all this, these rules and standards to get those GSQ levels?
In Michigan, we use the My Registry data system.
My registry?
Yes, My Registry is a system that organizations use to interact with and support the workers.
Now that you mention it, what about the people who work in these programs? How do they fit into all of this?
Great question. My Registry is Michigan's workforce registry. It's a statewide data system for those working in the early childhood and/or out-of-school time system.
But you just said it was for organizations to use.
Yes, that's correct. And My Registry is also for individuals to track their own employment, education, and professional development history.
Can I find professional development in My Registry?
Absolutely. You can find quality professional development opportunities to meet annual training hours, health and safety requirements, and more. All PD is aligned to the relevant core knowledge and competencies.
Hold on, competencies? What?
Competencies define what a professional must know, understand, and be able to do in order to ensure that children and youth have the best possible environments, experiences, and relationships in which to grow and learn. In Michigan, we use 2 competency documents: early childhood and out-of-school time.
How do those fit in?
These competencies are connected to each training in My Registry, as well as credentials.
Now, what's this about credentials?
In Michigan, we recognize several credentials for licensing and Great Start to Quality.
My supervisor told me something about getting credentials.
There are 2 that are the most common. The CDA is the Child Development Associate. It is the most widely recognized national credential in early childhood.
But I work with school-age kids.
Then you might want to learn about the Michigan Youth Development Associate, MyYDA for short. The MyYDA is a state credential that recognizes the training and experience of the youth worker or out-of-school time professional. Both of these credentials are recognized as the first professional level on the Michigan Career Pathway.
Career pathway? That sounds like what I need.
Yes, the Career Pathway is a model for workers to recognize and quantify their education and training along a pathway that moves from foundational levels to a series of professional levels. It can be used to create professional goals and to explore career opportunities.
So if I want to move professional levels, I need credentials or college. That costs money. But I don't have money for that. I'm not making enough at my job.
There are supports available through Michigan's TEACH program.
Teach?
TEACH is a statewide scholarship program designed to help workers meet their professional goals.
So do I have to quit my job and go to college?
TEACH can support you and your employer while you continue working in a licensed program.
Okay, I'm starting to understand some of these pieces. But how does it all fit together?
Michigan's system of care and education is supported by many different and specialized pieces that are interconnected. These agencies, programs, and organizations work collaboratively to best support you, the professional, and the children, youth, and families you serve.
Thanks! This is great! Now that it all makes sense, I am on my way.